guys, welcome to Spill My my Tea Tuesday. This one, story video, whatever, is more personal and very sad to me. But of course I'm not gonna cry. You know, it happened when I was younger. But this one is when I got molested by my cousin. So anyway, so I'm gonna get down to how it all started, or when I remember, or whatever. If you like this is in the description box below, along with other cheetah merchandise, so check it out. Hit this like button, hit the notification bell so you can get all my Tuesday storytime teas and other videos that I have. Just make sure to tune in on Mondays and Tuesdays, okay? All right, so with Storytime Tuesday, we are talking about when I got molested by my cousin. So I'm just gonna start off from what I can remember. So all I remember is when I was little, my mom used to always be at my aunt's house. So, well, she was really my great aunt because she was my granny's sister. So my mom was always at my aunt's house a lot. And now, this is kind of like hard to talk about just because I know that there are people, you know, in my family that kind of let it go. Not my mom, but other family members, and I'm not sure if they watch my stuff or not. If not, I still love you guys, but I just have to tell my story, okay? So my mom used to go to my aunt's house a lot, and my granny was always, I guess, with my mom. I'm not sure why they were always over there, but they were over there a lot. And so my mom was like, would let me spend a night sometimes there with my cousins, which I loved all my cousins. We were all together. It was like me, my big cousin, my little cousin, me and two of my older cousins and their girls. Then it was like my guy cousin, my other guy cousin, and we just like were a unit. You know, we hung out a lot. I don't know what it was. Our parents had us like just hanging out a lot. So, you know, we were just always together, or together a lot. You know, I've seen them a lot growing up. So, you know, definitely family was very big and important in my family at that time. So we were just together a lot, and I would spend the night. And I remember one time I was asleep and I was laying down on the ground, and you know, the TV was playing Maury or whatever. And really, it's kind of weird that I can remember that at this time. But they used to make a pallet in the living room for us or whatever. And next thing I know, I felt hands, and I just knew it was him. You know what I mean? I just felt hands. He's like, you know, he calls my name, and he whispers my name to me, and he's like, oh, you know, can, you know, we have sex, you know, or something like that. And so he would like move his arm going down my back and stuff, and like, you know, fumble with me down there. And I was just little, you know, and I was scared. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to react. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I just sat there and pretend like I was asleep. Why I didn't say, stop, get off of me. I don't know. Maybe he was older than me. I wasn't sure if it was the right or wrong thing either. I wasn't exactly sure what exactly was really going on. You know, I just knew that he was just touching me and stuff. And so I feel like that was one of the first incidents, you know. He was just always touching me and always filling up on me and just doing a lot of stuff to me. And I didn't really want it to happen, you know, but I didn't know, you know. I don't even know how to even explain it, really. I just didn't know. I was like 4 years old. I didn't know if it was right, wrong. I just knew he was older than me. I just let it happen. So he would just fumble with me and stuff like that. Okay. So then there was times like, you know, I would forget about it, you know, because I'm 4 years old. I have an attention span of I don't know what, and I didn't think it was anything, a big deal or nothing, with him doing stuff like that. So every time we would lay down, he would always wake me up and do it. He would do it a lot. Every time I spent the night, every opportunity that he got, he would do it. And then there was also an instance where we were playing like house. I think it was house. And he like went to the back room, which I think was his room, and he like put up 2 chairs like on both sides and put like sheets over it or whatever. And he's like, look, I made us a house or whatever, so we have to play house. And I was like 4, you know, and he's like, oh, you know, you can't tell anybody what happens here. Like, this is just between me and you. It's house, you know, like, it's just how things are done. You know, you're gonna be the mom, I'm gonna be the dad, and we're gonna have pretend babies and stuff like that. You know, at 5 years old, 4 years old, or however old I was, you know, when you're that age, like, you play house and dress up with your dolls and Barbies and stuff, so it's not abnormal. But he was way older than me. I'm believing that he might have been 13 and I was like 5, or maybe 14, 15, a lot older, just way older than me. Like, now I think he's 40, I'm 28. So yeah, a lot older. So anyway, and he was like, you know, like, we're gonna play house or whatever, like, you know, you need to, you know, comply pretty much. And he literally was like, you have to take your pants off and I have to get on top of you. And he just started like going up and down on me. And I just remember, like, when I was little, not knowing what that was, or not like knowing that it was bad or knowing that it was inappropriate. I just was playing house with my cousin, and he was my big cousin, and nothing was wrong with it, okay? But then it started getting to the point where it was like everywhere we went, my cousin was just always making passes at me. And, you know, I don't want to say, like, that he just, like, was just this pedophile. Like, I don't know. You know, I think that he has mental issues, if I'm not mistaken, and, he just had mental issues, you know, so he was just acting out, you know, or whatever. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't know if he understood entirely what he was doing, but he would make a lot of passes at me and tell me just how pretty I was and how he wanted to be my boyfriend, and how he wanted us to be together, and how he loved me, and that, you know, just stuff like that. Like, he was just constantly telling me, like, he just loved me so much, he just liked me so much, like, we're gonna be together, we're gonna get married, like, you know, it could be better than how it was and when we played house or whatever. And I was just little and I didn't really know. Like, I didn't know that family is not supposed to whatever or like each other. And I never once liked them, but I just was really confused in the situation or whatnot. So, okay, where was I getting at with this? Okay. So it just like became really repetitive. It was just like all the time. Like, he was always like just touching my vagina, touching my boobs, and, you know, fingering me, and just groping me. And now that I'm older, like, you know, he didn't physically have sex with me. Like, he didn't stick his penis in my vagina, but he did do a lot of inappropriate things that were just really inappropriate and not okay. And I think that the reason why I was able to kind of swish it off and come to terms with it is just for the simple fact that I think that he has mental issues right now to this day. I feel like when I see him, he's like, you know, I still love you. Like, I still, like, really, really like you a lot. And I'm just like, okay, he's just confused, or not confused, but he has issues, you know. And I'm not trying to justify, like, I'm not saying that any type of abuse is okay or any type of molestation is okay. But I do understand that people do have issues where they don't understand where the line is being crossed. And it's not that it's okay. They do need mental help and guidance for things like that. But maybe that's why I personally was able to come to terms with it, to where I'm not like fucked up. You know, I know that the man had issues. I know that he didn't know what he was doing, and that I was so little. I was so, you know, whatever. But I do remember a couple times coming to a couple of my cousins and telling them, like, about what he was doing. And they were like, don't tell your mom. And I was like, why? She's like, because if you tell her, like, she's not going to let you hang out with us anymore. Like, you're not going to be able to come over anymore and things like that. So I didn't tell her. I was just like, he likes me. But all of our cousins were really confused at that time. We were so young, so little. And I think that, you know, like, your parents and your parents and your grandparents and your aunts and uncles need to really sit kids down and explain to them that there's a difference here. It's not like if you like a little girl at school, you know, which you shouldn't be touching little girls at school's private parts, even if you are in school. But I'm just saying, like, you know, it's not like it's a random girl that's not, you know, nothing to do with your family. It's, your family member, and it's someone who's young and doesn't understand. So I feel like it's important for parents to definitely discuss those types of things with their kids, because like I said, I was so young, I didn't even know what was really going on, you know. And I feel like he was also really young, and he had a mental disorder, and he was probably just as confused, maybe, I'm not sure. Well, now, okay, he's 40 years old, so it's like, you know, he clearly has an issue if he keeps on telling me to this day that he likes me and wants to be with me, like. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I did experience abuse, and you know, and I can't say that's the only abuse I experienced, but it wasn't something that I wish would have happened. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, you know, to go through anything like that, to be, you know, your innocence taken away at such a young age. When you're so young, you're so naive, and you just think that the world's just peaches and creams. Like, it's terrifying for someone to come in and just take away, you know, what, God, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, you know, for someone to go and take away that purity, you know, like, because I feel like after that, it's like, you know, I was watching TV and stuff and looking at stuff with sex, and it was just like, you know, and at the time too, my dad, he was in prison, so it's like I didn't really have a dad figure either. So I think that I was just as confused as he was confused, as everyone was goddamn confused. But as parents, it is our job to explain that this is your cousin, your sister, your brother. Don't let anyone touch you. Don't tolerate things like that, especially at a young age. You know, like, I know that we don't want to corrupt them in any way, shape, or form, but sometimes it is necessary, because a lot of times when people are getting molested when they're little and stuff, they don't even know really what's going on. So they get my age and like, oh wow, you know, I was molested, you know. But when I was little, like, you didn't really know. So I do have a child now, and I do explain to her that type of stuff. Like, I don't explain in detail, but I explain it to where a child would understand that you do not let this type of stuff happen. If this types of things happen, you need to come tell me, because you are young, you're a child. These types of things should not be going on, you know. And I explain that it's not for kids. Those types of things are not for kids, you know. But Fifi, my daughter, Cheetah Cub, you know, her link is in the description box. She has experienced her own type of abuse, and so, you know, it's easier for her to understand because she's already experienced it. But for a child who's never experienced it, it's kind of hard to explain to them, like, you know, just explain to your kids, you guys, you know. And I am just so grateful that mine wasn't as horrible as other people's were, because some people had it way worse, you know, growing up as children, and things like that, you know. I'm not trying to put anybody's business out there or anything, but I even know people who, I have a friend who, her dad, you know, I think her mom, like, gave her up to her dad, and he was just constantly, repeatedly raping her, though, like, literally having sex with her from when she was a little girl all the way. So it's like, you know, like, God, we need to do better as a society. You know, we really, really do. And I do think that we can. I just think that we don't want to, or we're scared for change. But there can be changes in good areas, in good ways that can help us mentally, physically, and spiritually, to where things like this isn't necessarily happening to our youth and our children and our children's children. Like, these are generational curses that can be broken, but they all start with you. You need to set the example for your household, for yourself, for your situation, and carry that on, you know. That's all I really have to talk about on this subject, because there's going to be a lot more subjects. There's going to be a lot more videos on this subject, because of things that I've dealt with my child and with other people that I know. So just like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you need any help, or you need anything, or you want to talk about anything. Like, I'm here, and I will be here every Monday and Tuesday. Check me out on my premieres. At that time, I'll be on there to answer questions. But if you want to email me, my email is also in the description box. I love you guys so much. Please take care. Please be as beautiful of people that I know that you guys can be. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day.